Hopefully that's better. Yes. Updated OBS and it had changed the sound device. But I'll fix that. Alrighty then. So, yeah, been a while. Thought I probably should look at getting back into it. Alright, what are we actually needing to do? Decent payday. Eh. Oh well, I'll look at doing that one. Right, I suppose I should do that at some point as well. Suborbital trajectory, that is going to be a piece of cake. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab one of them. It's the RT-10 hammer, which is a solid rocket. Wait, that's what I thought it was. So we do that, and that way it weighs next to nothing, or has next to no mass. I really can't be bothered trying to recover this thing tonight. Well, I suppose I should try to explain why I haven't sort of, well, I've sort of been a bit, but you haven't been streaming much. I just haven't been motivated really. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tenor, like, started playing a game I used to play years ago, Heroes of Might and Magic 3, and I do not recommend playing that. It's stupidly addictive. So yeah, like I've been playing that like way too much, and got sick as well. Still haven't recovered from that, so that's been fun. I'm gonna try something I see Matt Lown do sometimes. Maybe. Yeah, so I might do four and an additional 2 on that one. Oh. He often does. He'll often do the actual building of the ship as well. So I think I probably should do that. Although his ones are usually sped up. Mine is not going to be sped up. You're going to see me in real time being nice and slow. Yeah, the idea is make it look like it's Ooh, the only gotchas is because they're separate parts. Oh man. Oh well. Bother. Yeah, so I got sick a few weeks back. Oh yeah, and also had guests as well, so long-term guests. So yeah, that kind of put me off as well. Rotate. Move. Yeah, so that sort of meant that I wasn't really able to sort of put much time into this either. And that looks kind of cool. That should give me hopefully enough delta V. 2037 should be enough. Looks kind of goofy, but whatevs. I suppose I should add some other bits and pieces as well. So yeah, what else has been happening? So I've been following the development of Kitten Space Agency. That's looking like it's going to be a pretty awesome game. So the idea is it's going to be using its own engine as opposed to this which uses Unity. What I've also discovered recently, that's 3 tons. What I've also discovered recently is Unity is not great. It's not optimized because it's very general purpose. So it's effectively what's happening is it's kind of like Clydesdale. How much of a delta V? It's more than enough. I might just shoot straight for the moon just quietly. That's way more than I need. 22,000 is probably a bit much as well. Kickback, Clydesdale, try a kickback. Yeah, it should hopefully be enough. I mean, it needs to be a suborbital trajectory, so the idea is I'm going to go straight to the surface of the moon anyway. Yeah, so yeah, Kitten Space Agency, it's have its own engine, whereas Unity, I think as I was saying, is very general purpose, which means it's not optimized for anything in particular. So games that use it tend to have some stupidly huge hardware requirements, and of course Kerbal Space Program is no exception. I'm running this on a admittedly the computer's about 2 years old now, but there's like only been one additional generation of AMD chips since I bought the thing. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. That's going to be tricky. So I need to get a suborbital trajectory of 230 to 240 kilometers. That's going to be difficult. Why? Because I'm going to be moving. I'm very likely going to be moving very fast. I'll see if I can get a intercept, a relatively slow intercept. But yeah, so it's looking like it could be a really awesome game. It's being developed, like a bunch of the modders for KSP are working on it. It's being developed by a studio run by a guy named Dean Hall. He sort of helped. He was somewhat behind developing. What's that? Oh, this is the relay. He was somewhat behind developing DayZ. The New Zealand guy lives in Dunedin. So I'm thinking it's going to be I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully he'll mind my French won't fuck it up. Mind you, so long as he produces something, I think that's sort of that's a pretty good sign. I probably should have dialed that back a little bit. Oh well, whatevs. Thrust is probably a bit higher than I'd like. I need to mod this game a bit as well. But yeah, the interesting thing about Kitten Space Agency is they're looking at making it free to play, and it's like, well, how are you going to make money out of that? Because like with this game, oops, I need to change that. With this game, I bought it, then I got gifted it actually, and then I bought both expansions, and it's not really any way to sort of continue contributing to the project. Not that that project is continuing at all. The IP was sold and to an investment firm or something like that, and they just went like, nah, screw you, you don't get what you paid for. Oof, I'm going way too fast. No, I'm fine. Temperatures aren't too bad. Oh, look at that. Nice. Oop. Yeah, I'm just gonna go try eyeball this. Because everything's so cheap in the game, you know, I can get away with eyeballing it pretty easy. In real life, you know, every kilogram could potentially cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, so you kind of want to do it right. Here we are. Should be a suborbital trajectory. I should have enough delta V to slow me down as well. Deploy that antenna. Yeah, so goofy. So yeah, this thing's completely empty, and that shouldn't really matter. I think usually it only count. All I need to do is, where is it? Note: perform the test. Activate the part through the staging sequence. So essentially, all I need to do is press space when I get within 210 kilometers. I think it's 210. Height 240 to 230 k. So as soon as it hits 240, I need to hit space. That's literally how easy this task is going to be. But you know what? I'm gonna guarantee I'm gonna mess it up. Probably probably by time warping too fast. That seems like something I'd do. Okay. Where's my altitude? And double check to make sure it's meters. Off. Yeah, it is. So 240 kilometers. I'm currently 2,000 kilometers. 10, 18, 17, 16, 15. Impact biome. I should say suborbital trajectory somewhere. Suborbital trajectory has not been checked. One moment. Okay, give me a sec. I might need to decelerate a bit. Okay, where's my... There we are. Oh. Heap to delta V, so should be sweet. That's better. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think because I had an escape velocity, that meant that it wasn't technically a suborbital trajectory. Cool. We're gonna watch this thing smash into the mun, just because we can. Speed this up a smidge. I actually honestly thought I'd be moving too fast. But, no. I mean, I'm not. Okay. Oh, shoot. See, I knew I'd somehow find a way to screw it up. Hopefully yeah, I did it at 440k instead of 240k. Of course. There we are, let me redo it. Cool. Now let's go prograde and go fly as fast as we can into this thing. Cool, so there has been an experiment where we did actually crash a probe into the moon and I think we used stuff to other sensors to actually go measure the the actual impact on the moon to see exactly what happened. It sort of helps you work out what's actually inside, kind of like going ting and then yeah, just seeing how things echo. And we're gonna smash into the moon. Oh, look how fast we're going. Nothing survived, which is exactly what we wanted. We did it for science. Oh, I'd be so gutted if I accidentally reverted. Space Center. That'll semi-fun. Eh. Um, okay. What have we got? I need to clean that stuff up at some stage. Yeah. Oh yeah, that needs to come down at some point. Um, so what do we have here? I want to build a proper dock to put all my ships at. Ideally, something that doesn't have too many parts, because it really lags. And as I've pointed out, that is due to Unity not being like optimized for at all. Okay, what do we actually need to jam on there? HG5. Oh, that's actually what I need. Cool. Knowing me, I may have planned that, but also knowing me, I didn't, and just kind of YOLO'd it, and it's like, huh, cool. Ah, nuts to that. Nuts to that. Um, Good to know. Also good to know. Oh, geez, that takes a lot of volume. Hmm. I could swear I put some more of these up here. Maybe I didn't. There's one. Oh, well. Hmm. Ah, hang on. Ah, look at that. I really should figure out a better way of putting stuff places, because I just kind of dump stuff and then go, it's good. Like, I should have one for like, I can make custom flags. I wonder if I could like make custom flags to like label them, so I can actually have an actual label on there that states exactly what's in it, just like on each one. That's not a terrible idea. Anyway, okay, do we need an engineer, scientist, engineer, EVA? There's an IVA mod I wouldn't mind getting. Ooh, that's bright. Not gonna lie, that's probably a better option to use this one here. Oh, because this one's got grabby arms. Where's transfer crew? Transfer loop. And a fuel tank, full tank of gas. Ah, right, yeah, these use RCA thrusters, that's how they work. Okay, so where do we need to go? We need to go to the Mun. Okay. So, I do have a plan for Eve. I think I've probably talked about it before. Um, the idea for my Eve mission was going to be... swizzle sticks. Not swizzle sticks, by the way. Um, the idea behind my Eve mission, I was going to hang on. Oop. No, I am maybe a little bit lighter. That's probably good enough. I suspect my ship's going to bug out on me. And with that in mind, I was thinking, well, I'm going to probably have to cheat in order to get the damn thing to work, which I don't like doing, but sometimes I don't really have much choice. So yeah, specifically, like what happens is the because it uses propellers, they just like freak out and like clip into each other and they don't work properly, and it's just a bug with the game. So yeah, I'm thinking what I might need to do is if I get there and it's not working, just like cheat. Because the problem is I do time warp or physics warp, and that can be enough to break it all. So yeah. I'm actually wondering whether I'm going to have enough delta V here. Should do. I think it requires like 900 or so to get to like Gilly. Okay. Hmm. So at that point there, I'll change my orbit. It shouldn't require too much delta V to achieve, because I'm very limited, so I'm going to have to be very, very careful about how I spend it. Ascending node. We go anti-normal. Holy crap, it's 10 o'clock. I'll do this and I think that might be me for tonight. I've been at it for nearly half an hour. I might have a crack at it tomorrow, but the gotcha is I've been wanting to get my telescope out, and I haven't been able to do that. I think I've had one night, but I was just a bit tired, so I couldn't really be bothered. And I think we had a good night last week, but I was sick, so that was nice. And yeah. Oh yeah, my Surface Pro that I used to, it's a little Microsoft tablet that I bought to drive the thing. The battery decided to swell up, so that was fun. At least it popped the screen off, so it made it easier to actually get into, because it did half the work for me, which is always appreciated. Anyway, I took the battery out, and then the thing decides to not boot. Okay, sure, whatevs. And yeah, turns out that put the battery back in, which wasn't easy. They don't make they've actually engineered it to make it like very difficult to repair, which is a bit of a dick move on Microsoft's part. Mind you, Apple have done the exact same thing, so I shouldn't really be calling Microsoft out on it. Yeah, so it looks like because reasons you have to have a battery to make a laptop work. missed my window. Um, and I don't necessarily appreciate that because I bought this damn thing. Why can't I? Why is it so difficult? Mind you, it didn't cost me much. And apparently, the reason the battery never worked, I think, is because there was like an issue with that particular model anyway, where the battery doesn't work properly. Or the battery doesn't there's an issue that causes the battery not to charge, which isn't exactly cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be lucky to get back to Kerbin. Okay. Oh, that's what we want to do. Cool. Be nice if they got that fixed. Oh shoot. Not what I wanted. Okay. Doing a little poke should get me much closer. I'll just move that out of the way. Okay, it's 1 kilometer. 2.8. Meh. 1k is probably good enough. Not exactly going fast. Ooh. Okay. Have tandem on a propellant. Okay. That indicates I'm going to hit it, but I don't think I will. Doo -doo -doo -doo. It does look kind of old, doesn't it? Okay. Let's see if I can just grab it along there somewhere. Easy as that. Struck fuselage. Just like, ooh, could there be fuel in this thing? Mystery go, mystery go. Never any monopropellant. Bother. Well, I'm not losing electric charge. That thing just... Oh, I see what's happening. It's because they're not pointing at anything. Lol. Cool. Right. That's done. Okay. Hmm. Um. Oh. This annoys me. There's always these friggin' bots. Mute. Um. Block. There we are. Messages. Bot. Bot. Clearly a bot. Submit. I'm gonna have to talk to some. I have to talk to. I've got some friends at Twitch. I should go and hell would I want to share that comment for? Frick. So I've tried to ban someone from like chatting, and now I've got this message box that I cannot get rid of. There's no X. Oh, hang on, there is an X. It's hidden. There we are. Got it. Okay. I think that's what I need to do. Why do I have an ascending node? Cool, that's used way more than I was hoping, but whatevs. Nuts to that. Fingers crossed that's going to do the job. 5 hours, cool. Oh. Oh yes, I also got gifted a really nice laptop as well. Problem is it doesn't work, and that's why I got gifted it. Um, it's probably got a better graphics card than what I've got sitting in my desktop. But the Muppet who gave it to me broke the screen, and then he tried replacing the screen, and he plugged the old screen in whilst it was running, and that's really bad. Because whilst you can plug a screen into a computer while it's running, using HDMI or something like that, if you try to use the actual screen LCD cable, that can kind of kill things. It's not good. Very, very bad. Anyway, I suspect he's fried the thing. I managed to get some stuff off of a forum, because the drive seemed to be fine, which is good. Probably should find out whether or not Whether or not the memory's any good. Because it's got 32 gig of RAM in that thing. It's like, ooh, not bad for a laptop. Yeah, no, I'm not going to have enough Delta V to finish this one, unfortunately. I will need to go be rescued. We're going to aero brake, probably a little bit dodge. I will retract the antenna. I'm going to 55 kilometers. That should hopefully be good enough. Descending node, normal. Nope, they're going as hard as they can. Might get, as I shed weight using the RCS thrusters, I might get a few extra meters per second of delta V. And you know, it all helps. Yeah, I'll do. Sweet. So what's happening is the atmosphere is slowing me down. Hopefully it won't be slowing me down so much so I start burning up. Yeah, I'm at 80% and I'm still just 82%. Cool. So I'm getting something to 82% of what of its tolerance. Little bit high, but hey. I'm dropping down my hypoapsis, so that's kind of what I'm after. Sweet, pull that down another few thousand kilometers. I might actually be able to. This might actually be doable. No, we'll be do. Okay, so 2,700 kilometers is where I'm at. How much is it going to drop by? 2,400. 2,200. 2,000. We're about 1,847 kilometers. So that was about 900 kilometers. We dropped 900 kilometers of altitude we didn't have to worry about now. I might on the next pass move my periapsis a bit, a bit higher, so I'm not losing so much. There was an old Soviet satellite that did this a few years back. It was supposed to, or probe, it was supposed to go to Venus, but never quite made it. Never quite left orbit. And yeah, it's slowly been decaying over the last sort of 60 odd years, 60, probably 50, 60 years. And eventually we entered the Earth's atmosphere. Unfortunately, no one could really, like, I was seeing all sorts of stuff about where it was going, where it was actually going to go, but yeah, I don't think any of it was actually accurate, unfortunately. Okay. D8, 9. I'll put myself up to 60 Ks. That'll do. 60 kilometers and 37 meters. It will drop that a little bit. So yeah, this is effectively what happened when you well, one way to deal with things if you don't have enough fuel. This is how I was, I think, originally exploring Joule many, 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 many moons ago, pun intended. 700 Ks, damn it. Too much. So there's 700 kilometers per second, and we've only got 205 to actually play with. I think I may still need to be rescued. But yeah, I just set trajectories that intersected the atmosphere of Joule, and I was going to build a big space ring, but I kind of gave up. I got bored. I built one on Kerbin, and I was going to build one on Joule as well with some spokes. But alas, it never was. I mean, I still got the save game, but the problem was they introduced what you might call it, atmospheric friction, and that was good. I'd had to have turned that off. Mind you, it was just a sandbox. That was just a sandbox game. I was just YOLOing it, really. Oh, anyway. Yeah, as you can see, this does take a while. There is a mod which I think increases the physics warp time, which would be kind of handy for little maneuvers like this. It's been nearly 3 weeks it's taken me to do this mission. Oh, excuse me. So 701 kilometers. Hmm. It's about 200 k's. Okay, so I'm 140. Which means I want to be 140 above. I wonder what the delta V cost would be. So 340 k's is where I actually want that number to be. I'm pretty sure I was 700k, so I've dropped to 150. So I'm expecting that will probably drop me back close to 400 this round. Yeah, and that's dropped by a couple of hundred as well, which is nice. I'll use the radial out and in nodes to see if I can adjust my orbit a smidge. Ooh. I'm thinking that may be a little bit more efficient. We'll see. So what's at 550? 500. Yeah, see, that's still not quite enough. That's perfect. It's annoying. So that there gets me within. I think I'm probably about as good as I'm ever going to get almost. I don't think I can coax much more out of this. Okay, so radial in. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep orbiting and I push my periapsis up to 65 kilometers. So yeah, I'm going to be losing significantly less each orbit, which I suppose is alright. 135. So I need 335, which is because I'll be able to get a bit more refinement here. Punch. Should be careful about that because I don't want them to break. Oh, well, I mean, given I'm going to be doing this for a little while yet, I might just leave it to that tonight and, yeah. Peace out, Jeb Satire. I'll see you guys next time and, yeah, I'll have to post how I get on. Peace.